Before you know it, they have entered the dating world, unfortunately in full view of pedophiles and sugar daddies. For many parents, raising teenagers is the most intimidating chapter of parenthood.
Yeah.
So discipline becomes difficult and almost impossible to maintain. There are opposing factors. When to set rules versus when to give freedom, when to bend rules and when to stand firm, when to intervene and when to let live. Because according to them, everybody is doing it in quotes, including dating. Communication is also very tricky to navigate. The struggle around dating is what to say, when, and how. It's very important for parents to do their part in preventing teen dating violence and promote healthy relationships. So for Anonymous, there's no better time than now. Talk to your child about your suspicions, please. No need to attack even though you are panicking right now. You alluded to her being very bright.
Yeah.
The optimist in me says, what if she has found a way to generate income? I know this might be coming from denial on my part, but how will you know unless you ask? So it's best to define what a healthy relationship looks like when you talk with your daughter. First, explain that for a relationship to be healthy, there has to be boundaries. And secrecy is not one of them.
Yeah.
Her freedom of choice in the matter should not be hindered, whether she's dating her age group or an older person, which we don't wish for her. And describe to her the different types of abuse and associated warning signs. We are not saying every dating relationship will end in abuse, but it's a nice to know so that you look out for these things. Preferably, they should be before entering a relationship. These are the things that we talk about even before there's a relationship.
Yeah.
A sugar daddy, sugar baby relationship is not exempt because there's very little bargaining power on the part of the young child. Most of them are very abusive. So there's physical abuse, where there's hitting, kicking, pushing, biting, choking, and sometimes using weapons. And the abuse might not result in visible injuries, unfortunately. The injuries are inside. Then there's emotional abuse. There are insults, humiliation, and intimidation. A big one is forced isolation, where a child will be forced not to share anything with anyone. And here, there's a lot of use of fear and intimidation. And then sexual abuse. Any act that impacts on someone to control their own sexuality and the conditions surrounding it. It can be forced, pressuring one into activity such as no protection or birth control is allowed. That's abuse.
Yeah.
And then financial abuse, using financial power and materials for control. There it is that your daughter has access to all that money. She is learning negative transactions. When love becomes transactional. Or should I say she might be, because mom is not sure, but mom is never wrong.
Yeah.
And then there's digital abuse. emotional abuse